gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, coherent fashion. Definitely, man. Hey, subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are all amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for tuning into the, flash lives, the premieres, such as this, tuning in real time, chatting away there. Playback family, definitely playback gang, thanks so much for commenting in the comment sections of the videos. And I appreciate your support, man. I want to make a like, I guess, a prediction video, whatever you want to call it, right? I don't really do this. Sometimes I do. When it comes to predictions and stuff like that, I usually do go live, right? I usually go live, but I just felt like doing it right now. What the heck, you know what I mean? I wanted to do a video concerning my prediction, between Ugas and Pacquiao. Now, there are a couple of things I want to, talk about. Some time ago, first and foremost, I want to start with this concerning Pac-Man, man. Like, some time ago, this was a while ago, like, it was during the pandemic. I think it was around 2020, early 2020, mid 2020 approximately. I just don't remember when I did it, when I pushed this video. I talked about, Manny Pacquiao retiring. His coach, if I'm not mistaken, has expressed it, at that time. And I thought, I think it's best for him to leave the sport, because of his age. But I also explained in that video that, if he wants to continue boxing because of his passion, if he just wants to keep, duking it out in the ring, hey, that's his thing, man. He just loves it. And he pretty much, confirmed that in the press conferences and things of that nature concerning, this Ugas fight. He talked about it's just his passion, and I respect that, man. I definitely respect that. He's still competitive, with these top champs. So hey, who am I to say? Who am I to go against that? You know what I'm saying? And if he keeps bringing these exciting fights that we want to see, hey, more power to him. More power to Pac. So that's one factor. We already know he's been out the ring for 2 years. People have been speculating and talking about, for people his age, the 2-year layoff will be better for him and things of that nature. However, we just don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see when it comes to fight night, So I don't think that, it's just hard to say. It's hard to say if we're going to see the same Pacquiao that we saw fight against Thurman, Keith one-time Thurman. He did very well. Now, I may say this, and I have to say this. I should say this, whatever, right? I think, Thurman did pretty good against Pacquiao, man. I got nothing to take away against Keith Thurman. I never did when it came to that fight. Keith Thurman did pretty well, man. I've said that several times that, that was a close fight. I assume and I kind of think that, if you go back and watch the fight, I think it possibly would have been a draw had Pacquiao not knocked down Keith Thurman. Yeah, I know he hurt him to the stomach or whatever, to the body later on in the fight, like he did Josecito Lopez did, blah, blah, blah. But Keith Thurman was putting up a pretty good fight, man. I mean, it was a close fight. It was a close fight, because in my humble opinion, Pacquiao, he just wasn't the same in that fight, as that prime Pacquiao, I think we're going to see that in this fight. I think we're going to see Pacquiao, obviously not in his prime. I'm not sure if he'll be as fast anymore. And I think that will be the factor that Ugas will capitalize on, Now, we got to understand here, too. I mean, Ugas isn't... Okay, this is another thing. This is another thing. I've been saying this when it comes to Ugas talk, right? A lot of people ride on this, right? Yeah, Ugas, he beat Porter, well, obviously the judges didn't think that, right? But a lot of people say, yeah, look how he fought Porter. He put up a great fight, and yes, he did. I mean, hey, Ugas, man, I gotta say this. Ugas, he's gonna fight back. I gotta say that too in this. Ugas is gonna fight back, man. He's gonna bring a fight. You go before that. He put up a good fight against Porter. He didn't back down. He was slugging it out there. Obviously, he fights very smart defensively. I like it. And then even you go back a little bit more, Thomas Delorme, when he fought Thomas Delorme, wow. That was a beautiful fight, man. Ugas, he was toe-to-toe, shoulder-to-shoulder, has that like hunchback style, but the nice defense on the inside too. But obviously he gets caught too. You know what I'm saying? He gets caught. If I'm not mistaken, the Thomas Delorme fight, he went down. I think he went down once. I don't remember if it was a left hook that Thomas Delorme I think it was a left hook on the inside. Bam, just, you know, clean. You know, Ugas went down, you know. I mean, he fights back, though. And I think that there's going to be a point in this fight that, you know, where Ugas is going to be fighting back. I think it's going to be around the first half of the fight, man. He's just going to be fighting back. You know, he's going to take no for an answer. It's just the question that I have is this. Can Manny endure the whole 12 rounds and, you know, the stamina? I think he can. Just not necessarily as that prime Pacquiao, you know. But I think that Pacquiao has enough. I think that Pacquiao has enough, you know, to overwhelm Ugas to a certain degree. There's something else we got to talk about here. There's something else that's really important to mention. It kind of reminds me like of Canelo, you know. I've said this time and time again. And I know when it comes to Canelo talk, man, it just gets haywire. And I don't do that here, you know what I'm saying? I just try to be as objective as possible, unbiased as possible. I personally think, man, Benavidez' coach, I talked about this the other day. I don't just remember in what video or if it was a live session. Benavidez' coach, I even made a video about it, you know, concerning a boxing forum that I'm in. And I like to, you know, chit chat sometimes and talk about, you know, certain things in the sport of boxing. And it was about Benavidez and Plant. I think it was about Plant, but more than anything was Benavidez, that he's not intimidating when it comes to Canelo, you know. And it's interesting because shortly after that, a few days after that, a couple weeks after that, whatever, since I pushed that video, you know, Benavidez' dad, coach, I think it's his dad, I really don't know, man, but his coach, his corner, whatever, his team, you know, he was interviewed. I think it is his dad and his coach, but correct me if I'm wrong, please. He talked about how a lot of these fighters, when they fight Canelo, they're intimidated already before they even enter the ring, man. And I agree that several fighters that have fought Canelo, not all of them necessarily, but several, they got in that ring, man. They went in the ring defeated mentally already. Because you can just see in their performances, man. I mean, you know, they haven't fought as they did previous opponents. And also we can say that, you know, it's because of Canelo's skill set and everything like that, of course, but I think the psychological factor here, you know, defeats fighters a lot of the time. And I think Ugas, I just don't think, man, this is the, you know, I see things maybe differently as other people see things, just as everybody else sees things differently, right? I kind of see Ugas, man, you know, with the press conferences, obviously as of very recently, because this is just out of nowhere, you know, he replaced Spence. I'm not, you know, I think this is quite new to him concerning the limelight, concerning the stage that he's on right now. This is Pac-Man, ladies and gentlemen. This is freaking Pac-Man, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna fight Pac-Man. You know, everybody knows the story. Pac-Man is a legend. All eyes are on this right now. More on Pac-Man, not Ugas. With all due respect, I say it. You know, because of this wonderful opportunity that Ugas has right now. It's huge. This is huge. I know Ugas is talking confident, saying, yeah, you know, Pac-Man's not going to knock me out and this and that. And, you know, I'm going to put up, you know, the best performance I can, blah, 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 whatever you're saying, you know. I really haven't had time to hear what Ugas is saying, honestly. But I'm sure he's saying all that stuff, okay? I'm sure he's saying all. I did watch the face-off, and I was kind of, you know, I was multitasking at that time. And kind of hearing a little bit what he was saying. But, you know, I think, humbly, come fight night, ladies and gentlemen, he looks very confident. I gotta say that, you know, Ugas looks very confident, you know, walking with the lady, his wifey, blessings to him and his wifey, you know what I'm saying, to the press conference and stuff like that, and face off outdoors, when it was outdoors, whatever, when he was wearing that red suit and stuff. You know, he looks quite confident, but I don't know, man. I think come fight night, kind of reminds me, remember that Anthony Joshua, how he felt when he first fought in New York, his first fight in New York, if I'm not mistaken, in the United States or whatever, when he fought Andy Ruiz. There's no excuses to that. He lost and he lost. He got smashed by Andy Ruiz, okay? No excuses. But he didn't look right. Everybody knows the story. Everybody knows the story. You know, look at the ring walk. Look at the ring walk. How did Anthony Joshua look? Looked like he was forced to fight there. It looked like he didn't even want to fight. Maybe because he wasn't in his home turf or whatever. But that shows, ladies and gentlemen, wrinkles in a fighter's game. If a fighter can go overseas and fight and give a great fight, there are a lot of names out there that are examples, okay? You know, Spence, I recall, he went to fight Brooke overseas in the UK. And there are lots of examples. I mean, that's just an example that came to my mind. You know, that's wrinkles, ladies and gentlemen. That's experience. That's you're seasoned when you do those kinds of things. You grow more as a fighter. AJ showed he was just freaking having an anxiety attack or something. I don't know, man. But hey, it is what it is. He lost, and it is what it is. And that affected him, though. You see? That affected him. Something was wrong with Anthony Joshua. Something was wrong with the dude. You know, he didn't seem so confident. He didn't seem so because he wasn't in the UK. That's what I humbly think. There is probably more to it, but whatever. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's what a lot of these fighters face. These fighters that fight Canelo, these fighters that, you know, go in the ring. I mean, come on now, in the ring walk, the huge, you know, however people attend the crowd or whatever, the fight, the event, people cheering for Canelo, and, you know, it's just huge. It's just freaking huge. And I think, in the let's go back a little bit. In the Pac-Man versus Thurman fight, did you just hear, ladies and gentlemen, I just remember it so vividly, in the ring walk with Pacquiao, when he was going to the ring. Man, I think it was the Pac-Man and Thurman fight. The crowd was just wild, ladies and gentlemen, when Pacquiao entered this, you know, when he entered the stadium or whatever, ring walk, doing the ring walk. The crowd was freaking, rah! He's the people's champ, ladies and gentlemen. He's the people's champ, you know. And I remember Mayweather, if I'm not mistaken, Mayweather was in the ring also. Nobody was paying attention to the guy, man. He you know, Pacquiao got in the ring with his arms raised, looking at the crowd. Everyone's just going wild, you know. Ugas, man, is going to be really affected by this, in my humble opinion. This is the bright lights, ladies and gentlemen. This is the big stage. I'm not talking about the stage that he fought Porter, you know, that the stage he was on when he fought Porter. I'm not talking about the stage that he fought, you know, that he was on when he fought, you know, Brandon Figueroa, if I remember correctly. It's not the stage that he was on when he fought, you know, Delorme, Abel Ramos, if I remember correctly. That was his last fight. That's not those stages, ladies and gentlemen. You're fighting Pacquiao, man. I think that's going to affect him to a certain degree, man. I think that's going to affect him to a certain degree. I don't think he's used to that. And that's the psychological aspect I wanted to cover. And I saw something in that face-off, ladies and gentlemen. I saw something in that face-off, you know, when they turned around and looked at the cameras. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. This kind of seems new to him. That's just how I see it. If you see it differently, that's fine. But, you know, this is new to the Ugas, man. These bright lights is different, ladies and gentlemen. This stage is different, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and I think that's gonna affect him to a certain degree, man. I think Ugas might feel the pressure, you know. You know, so that's something to consider there. And there's something else I want to mention here. You know, no one's really mentioning it. No one's really talking about it, and I've been talking about this. I've been talking about this for a minute concerning Ugas when it's Ugas talk. If I remember correctly, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, something I just go off the bat. I don't take notes. You know what I'm saying? I kind of have a picture memory. That's how I do these things. You know, the videos and things of that nature. Sometimes I do have, you know, windows open up to check to resort to. But Ugas's last fight, if I remember, I called that fight. If I remember clearly, I called that fight. It's on the channel. You can go check it out. You know, when they were fighting. Ugas versus Abel Ramos. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Abel Ramos. But I can say this, Ugas' last opponent, okay? I was not impressed, man. I wasn't impressed. I think he could have committed more in offense. And I'm not talking about what I felt. I'm not talking about committing more in offense as Rigo, as my criticism towards Rigo against Casemiro. But I think, personally, against the opponent he was fighting, the huge underdog, Ugas fighting this guy, you know, in his last fight, Ugas could have done more, man. Ugas could have done more. He could have made a real big statement in that fight. But he didn't. He was playing it safe too much. He was playing it safe too much, ladies and gentlemen. I definitely was not impressed. And I felt the same concerning Lada in his fight before this Cornflake guy. You know, I forgot who he fought, but it was the fight before the Cornflake dude. I wasn't impressed either. Maybe I'm just special. Maybe I'm just, you know, a special, I don't know. Maybe I'm just spoiled, I guess you can call it. When you're a fighter and you have great skills, great defensive skills, mix it in with the offense, you know, because Ugas has that. He can perform wonderfully, offensively speaking. I just mentioned a couple examples, right? Thomas Delorme, Porter. But ever since then, ever since the Porter fight, I don't see him the same. I don't see him the same anymore. I don't see Ugas 35 years old now. I just don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Now, obviously, you know, the counter argument can be that, as like we mentioned a moment ago. No, but, you know, same with Pacquiao. He's been out the ring for 2 years. And, you know, Ugas' last great performance, you know, I guess we can say great, quote unquote, was against Porter. And you know, that was 2 years ago, too. But, you know, these are different. These are different people. These are different. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao, he's super experienced and he's super seasoned and he knows what it takes. Yeah? You see what I'm saying? That's the difference here. Pacquiao knows what it takes to beat his opponents. You know? Pacquiao has seen all the styles, ladies and gentlemen. You know, say what we want about Ugas. Yeah, you know, he's a Cuban background and this and that and the school of fighting, and I get it. But Pacquiao has seen it all, ladies and gentlemen. Pacquiao has seen it all. For Pacquiao, there's nothing new under the sun, man, in the fight game. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course he has his losses. Ugas has his losses too. And I think personally, man, I said this before, I see this 60-40. I see Pacquiao's offense, to a certain degree, overwhelming Ugas. Ugas is going to fight back, though. That inner grit, that inner dog, which Ugas has. And I'm not taking anything away from it. You know what I'm saying? From him and from his skill set and his fight. The fight in him, which I just mentioned a moment ago with those two specific examples, Porter and Delorme. I mean, you know, and there are other examples, obviously, with opponents he has fought. Which is why I say I think Pac-Man, man, he's gonna overwhelm Ugas to a degree with that offense. You know, and I don't think Pacquiao is just gonna stand there toe-to-toe with Ugas. That's another point I want to mention here. Look at the size differences. You know, you can go to BoxRec and check out the specific centimeters and inches or whatever the heck, but I don't, you know, you could just see with your eyeballs the face off, okay? I mean, that's enough right there. You know, the size difference here. That's going to play a factor here, definitely, concerning the height. I'm not talking about weight and, you know, Ugas is going to be, you know, 10 pounds more, whatever. They're welterweights and that's it, okay? I'm not going to even talk about that. They're welterweights, okay? So, however, you know, this kind of does remind me of, you know, the height factor affecting Pacquiao. If Ugas uses his height, he can, you know, have some nice advantage against Pacquiao. To a certain degree, though. Because, again, Pacquiao is just used to all this. You know, it reminds me of Horn when he fought Horn. Now, that was a really controversial fight. That was something, I think there was something fishy there with the judges, man. But whatever, you know. But, you know, Horn, if I remember correctly, okay, he was taller than Pac-Man. And I think, you know, it might be challenging to a certain degree, at least for Pacquiao, to capitalize on Ugas because of Ugas' size. If Ugas uses his height to his advantage. He's a big guy. Ugas is a tall guy, you know. So that can work to Ugas' advantage. I don't think that Pac-Man is just going to sit there and slug it out with Ugas because Ugas is pretty good at doing that. That's a plus Ugas has. But like I said, his last couple performances, at least his last fight against Ramos, if I'm not mistaken his name was, I wasn't impressed, man. You know. And I don't think Ugas will slug it out as he did against previous opponents before that. I don't think Ugas will do that. And if Pac-Man does that, if Pac-Man does that, that's quite foolish to do against Ugas. Because I'm not saying Ugas is a walkover. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not saying that. 60-40, I have it, but you know, Ugas, he has a good chance of winning here. He has a good chance of winning, but I don't think he's gonna win. I even see Pacquiao possibly knocking down Ugas, man. Maybe not knockout, but knocking him down. Now, this is something I gotta point out. Please listen. Ugas, he has complained getting hit to the body. Even though he has a nice six-pack there, man, this guy's, you know, his physique is amazing. You know. But go back to the Thomas Delorme fight. There were some borderline shots there, but it seemed like every time he got hit to the body, Ugas was complaining. And look at the ref. Kind of reminds me of what Kovalev was doing against you know, Andre Ward, legend. You know, in the rematch specifically, if I'm not mistaken, in the rematch, you know, Kovalev was crying, whining, and pouting because of the body shots, constantly looking at the ref and just, you know. And I think that Delorme wasn't going, you know, doing. I mean, a couple low blows, yes, a couple, yes. I mean, I'm not saying no, but it seems like he doesn't like getting hit to the body. That's what I'm trying to say here. I think Ugas doesn't like getting hit to the body. So If Pac-Man goes to the body, I think that's going to be quite effective. It's going to be quite effective here. You know. But Ugas has a chance to win. And this is why I say that I think Pacquiao, he can. I think I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a knockdown here in this fight. If Pacquiao knocks down Ugas. You know. And, you know, a lot of people say, you know, yeah, Manny Pacquiao, you know, the way he got knocked out, you know, by Marquez, you know, legend Marquez, salute to Marquez, you know. I don't think Ugas can time him, you know, that precisely. That was just a precise moment. Because how many times did Marquez fight Pacquiao, man? Several times. 4 times? Was it the 4th fight he knocked him out like that? I mean, it took several fights, ladies and gentlemen, for Marquez to finally get the rhythm, to finally get that rhythm down, to catch Pacquiao. It wasn't a lucky shot. Whoever's saying that, that's nonsense, okay? Let's just get over that. I don't think Ugas has that precision, man. I mean, he's very skilled, though. I don't think he'll have that precision to time and really precisely catch Pacquiao like that to knock him out. You see what I'm saying here? You know? So all these factors that we're talking about, you know, that I'm talking about in this video, in this breakdown, all these factors lead me to believe that Pacquiao's going to get the W on this one, man. You know what I'm saying? But I got to conclude with this. May the best man win. If Ugas wins, awesome. I said that in my last live, you know. If Ugas wins, awesome. If Pacquiao wins, awesome. May the best man win, because that's what we want. We want the best man winning so that the person in line who's next for that WBA belt, you know, puts up a great fight for that belt. You know, whether it be Spence or not, because there's a lot of speculation going on right now with Spence in his eye. Let's pray for his speedy recovery. And that's something ideal I want to see. But let's not forget Bud Crawford either. Let's not forget Bud Crawford either. Bud Crawford might be the next candidate for that belt, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget that either. You know what I'm saying? Let's just put all that politics stuff aside. You know, stop hating on Bud. Come on now. No, I'm just kidding, man. Hey. I was going to make another video, man, because Bud is just, my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Every post that Top Rank puts and has a photo of Bud on there, wow. Anyways, but yeah, hey, let's not push Bud to the side here. You know, who are we to say that? Who are we to say that Spence or Bud won't fight the winner between Pacquiao and Ugas? It's a possibility, you know, for undisputed. I just hope for Spence's speedy recovery, man, because we don't know what's going on. That's a sensitive case, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, that eye injury, that's no joke, man. And I'm putting aside, and I'm not even considering talking about really. I'll mention it only. And I'm putting aside this whole stupid talk of, oh yeah, so this was planned. This was all planned, you know. Spence, you know, they knew it. They knew it. They were gonna put Ugas to fight Pac anyway. That's not. Let's just stop that silly talk, man. Come on now. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes people out there say some ridiculous things. You know, so that's a serious thing that happened. What happened to Spence? So I mean, we don't know. We don't know how long it's gonna take for him to recover. The ideal thing, in my humble opinion, is winner of Ugas and Pac-Man. You know, Spence, go get that, man. Go get that belt. But we'll see, man. I mean, I'm not disregarding, you know, Bud. He can go for that belt. Or who knows? Winner between Ugas and Pac, probably be Ennis. You know, go for those, you know, unified belts. I'm sorry, go for that WBA belt. Sorry about that, WBA belt. Or, you know, who knows, man? Who knows who's up next in line? But may the best man win. May the best man win. And I think it's gonna be Pacquiao. I think it's gonna be Pacquiao for all these factors we're talking about here. And people speculated that he's gonna retire after this fight. I don't think so. I don't think so, because in the same breath that he talked about, you know, who knows, it's fight by fight, something like that. Pacquiao said, yeah, when he was asked about if this is going to be the last fight, if he's going to retire after this, he said, you know, who knows, you know, I take fight by fight. But then in the same breath, practically, he says, you know, he really wants to fight Spencer Bud Crawford. So I mean, you know, he's not gonna stop fighting after this. I think he has in the back of his head, if he gets knocked out like he did against Marquez, he probably will retire. I think that's what's lingering in the back of his head. But most likely, ladies and gentlemen, Pacquiao's not going to retire after this fight, man. I think he wants one more big mega fight for that check. I don't think he's going to get you know, as big a check as if he were to fight Spence, because a lot of people probably are not really going to buy the tickets anymore ever since Ugas popped in. So yeah, no, I just kind of think that. So, you know, if Pac wins, you know, I think he's going to win. So, and, you know, we'll see what's next for Pacquiao. But, hey, Ugas, definitely, he has a chance, you know. And I think he's going to put up a good fight, man. I think Ugas is going to, you know, toe-to-toe. He's going to be sitting there. He's not going to run away. He's not going to be, you know, he's not going to be, I mean, I'm sure he's going to use the footwork to a certain degree. But I think Pacquiao is going to use more footwork than Ugas. I think Pacquiao is the one who's going to use more footwork than Ugas, you know. But I reiterate, if Pacquiao sits there toe-to-toe with Ugas, that's dangerous. I don't think he's going to do that. He's going to go in with those combos, pop, 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 to the body. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4 upstairs. 1, 2 downstairs, 3, 4, you know, upstairs. You know, 3, 4, 1, 2. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I think he's going to be doing that, mixing it up, man. And those angles, jumping out the way, using the ring. You know, I mean, that's Pac. And that's what we love about Pac. I think he's going to do that. Roach knows how to train Pac for this, even though it's a short notice. But, again, Pacquiao's seen it all, ladies and gentlemen. Pacquiao has seen it all. I think halfway through the fight, Ugas is going to be, you know, maybe not gassed out, but he's going to be like, man, wow. This is how it is to fight Pac, huh? This is what it is to fight Pac? Wow. You know, his coach is going to be in the corner. They're going to be trying to figure out how to get Pac, and, you know, I think that's how it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll see. May the best man win. What do you guys think? Go ahead and comment in the comment section, man. Who's going to win? You know, I love it. Prediction video. Thank you guys so much, man, for tuning in. Renee Box Young. And, hey, come fight night. We'll see. May the best man win. Peace out. Stay safe. Renee Box Young.